Hello everyone, welcome to my channel hdorionn. We are studying accountancy for class 12 from T.S. Grewal's textbook 2023 edition, Accounting for Partnership Firms. Chapter 3, Change in Profit Sharing Ratio Among Partners. And in this video, we will study questions related to adjustment of capitals. So let us see some questions from the textbook. Question number 32. Ram, Mohan, Sohan and Hari were partners in a firm sharing profits in the ratio of 4:3:2:1. On 1st April 2016, their balance sheet was as follows. So here is the balance sheet given. To the liability side, there are capitals of all the partners. Ram 4 lakh, Mohan 4,50,000, Sohan 2,50,000 and Hari 2 lakh, grand total of which is 13 lakh. Workman compensation reserve is 1,20,000. To the asset side, we have fixed assets of rupees 9 lakh and current assets of rupees 5,20,000. From the above date, the partners decided to share the future profits in the ratio of 1:2:3:4. For this purpose, the goodwill of the firm was valued at rupees 1,80,000. Because of reconstitution of the firm, it is time for the firm to calculate goodwill. So goodwill is calculated. It is an internal goodwill. It is not a borrowed, it is not a purchased goodwill. Fine. The partners also agreed for the following. The claim for workman compensation has been estimated at rupees 1,50,000, whereas the reserve is only for rupees 1,20,000. The claim is more than that. Adjust the capitals of partners according to new profit sharing ratio by opening partners current account. Now this is the capital of the partners, but we have to rearrange it in new profit sharing ratio, which is 1:2:3:4. It is not in this ratio. So the difference in amount will be maintained by opening current account as stated in the question. Prepare revaluation account, partners capital account and the balance sheet of the reconstituted firm. So let us see the solution. So solution 32. In this, first we will prepare a revaluation account. The revaluation account is the account in which increase or decrease in the value of assets and liabilities are recorded. Fine. And as we have studied it before also, increase in asset or decrease in liability is recorded in the credit side, and decrease in asset or increase in liability will be recorded in the debit side. It is very simple. So due to change in the constitution of the firm, the changes in the value are given in point A. The claim of workman compensation has been estimated at rupees 1,50,000, whereas for workman compensation, the firm has made a reserve of rupees 1,20,000, which is not enough to meet the claims. As a result, the burden is there. So that is an increase in liability. Increase in liability, so we will write here to workman compensation claim. It is 1,50,000, but 1,20,000 will be adjusted against workman compensation reserve. So a load of or a new liability of rupees 30,000 is created. This is the only thing which is to be recorded in revaluation account. So it is a increase in liability, which means it is a loss on revaluation. So by loss on revaluation, it will be again 30,000, because when we close it, debit balance means it's a loss, and it will be given to the partners in their old profit sharing ratio. Please understand this, and please make a note that profit or loss generated from revaluation account will always be shared among the partners in their old profit sharing ratio, never in new profit sharing ratio, and their old profit sharing ratio is 4:3:2:1. 4:3:2:1. So in this ratio, we will break the loss. So 12,000, 9,000, 6,000 and 3,000. So this way the loss is transferred to the partners in their capital account. Why not current account? Because capital account is fluctuating. So partners capital account and credit balance will be shown on the credit side. So buy balance brought down. Buy balance brought down is how much? 4 lakh. Then 4,50,000 as given in the balance sheet in the question. Then 2,50,000 and 2 lakh. Now this is the format of partners capital account in which all the partners capital account are shown together. We need not to draw separate capital account for all the partners, right? And you see there is one workman compensation reserve, but we need not to give it here because it has been claimed, right? There was a claim of rupees 1,50,000. As a result, it is to be settled against the claim. Otherwise, it was supposed to be distributed here. Now, this loss on revaluation also we will transfer. So, to revaluation account on the debit side, as we have discussed or prepared before just now. Now, the treatment of goodwill is also to be done because goodwill has been valued at rupees 1,80,000 and it is to be adjusted in partners capital account. Fine. So for that we will have to calculate sacrificing and gaining ratio. Let us do that. So old ratio is 4:3:2:1 and new ratio is 1:2:3:4. Let us calculate for RAM first. RAM old ratio is how much? 4/10 and new ratio is 1/10. So here what do we get? LCM is 10 and in the numerator we get 4 minus 1 which is equal to 3/10. For next partner Mohan, old ratio is 3/10 and new ratio is 2/10. So LCM is 10 and in the numerator we get 3 minus 2 that is equal to 1/10. So we are calculating sacrificing ratio and sacrificing ratio is in positive, so both are sacrificing. Okay, now let us see for Sohan. Sohan's old ratio is 2/10 and new ratio is 3/10. As a result, we get LCM 10, 2 minus 3 that is equal to minus 1/10. So here it is gain because the answer is coming in negative. And for Hari was getting 1/10 and now 4/10. So it is LCM 10, 1 minus 4 that is equal to minus 3/10. So here also minus because and therefore it is gain. So sacrifice and gain are equal. So what we have to do, we just have to multiply it with goodwill amount. So for RAM, what will be the amount? For RAM, amount will be amount of goodwill multiplied by this, that is 3/10 and the amount is rupees 54,000 and because it is sacrificed, therefore capital account is to be credited. And for Mohan, it is 1,80,000 multiplied by 1/10 that is equal to 18,000 rupees and here also sacrifice, so it is credited. Capital account is to be credited. Then for Sohan, it is 1,80,000 multiplied by 1/10 which is equal to 18,000 rupees, but because it is gain, therefore capital account has to be debited. And Hari, it is 1,80,000 multiplied by 3 by 10, it is 54,000 rupees because it is gain, and therefore the capital account will be debited. So this we have to do. Fine. So Ram and Mohan's capital account will be credited, and Sohan and Hari's capital account will be debited in the partner's capital account. So let us do that. Ram and Mohan's capital account is to be credited. So we will write in Ram and Mohan. What will we write? Sohan and Hari. From Sohan and Hari's capital account, an amount of 54,000 is transferred to Ram and 18,000 rupees is transferred to Mohan. And because they have sacrificed in the new change in ratio, and Sohan and Hari have gained, and therefore their capital account will be debited here in the name of Ram and Mohan. Ram and Mohan. From their account, a sum of rupees for Sohan 18,000 will be deducted from Sohan, and 54,000 will be deducted from Hari, because Hari has gained most, and therefore 54,000, whereas Ram has sacrificed most, and therefore 54,000 Ram is receiving from Sohan and Hari. This way the treatment of goodwill is to be shown. Now we will close the accounts and find the balancing figure. So we will close it here. 2 lakh rupees and 2 lakh rupees grand total for Hari, and the balancing figure which we will write to balance closed down. So 2 lakh minus 3,000 minus 54,000, the balancing figure we will get is rupees 1,43,000. And for Sohan it is 2,50,000 minus 6,000 minus 18,000 is rupees 2,26,000. And for Mohan, grand total is rupees 4,68,000. So to make it rupees 4,68,000, by minusing 9,000 rupees, we get 4,59,000. And Ram, grand total is 4,54,000 minus rupees 12,000 is rupees 4,42,000. Now, these are the closing balances which are not in new profit sharing ratio. But as per the question, it is asked in the second point that we have to adjust the capitals in new profit sharing ratio. It means we have to add these closing balances and break it in new profit sharing ratio, which is 1:2:3:4. So let us add it and do the same. So these are the closing balances of the partners, and we will add it. And grand total is 12,70,000. Now we will break this 12,70,000 in their new profit sharing ratio, which is 1:2:3:4. So Ram will get 12,70,000 into 1/10, which is equal to 1,27,000. Now this should be the new closing balance, capital closing balance for Ram. And Mohan, 12,70,000 into 1/10, which is equal to rupees 2,54,000. It is equal to 12,70,000 multiplied by, sorry, here it is 2/10, multiplied by 3/10. It is equal to rupees 3,81,000. And for Hari, 12,70,000 4/10. It is 5,08,000. So we will bring this closing balance here because it is credit balance. So buy balance brought down, and 442,000, 459,000, then 226,000 and 143,000. And the new closing balance we will write on the debit side. So to balance closed down, it is in the new ratio, that is 1:2:3:4. And what we have calculated, we will put it here. It is 1,27,000, then 2,54,000, then 3,81,000 and 5,08,000. But it is not balanced. We need to balance it, and we will be balancing it by opening current account. So for Hari, first grand total will be 5,08,000, and here will be the balancing figure of rupees 3,65,000, which we will maintain by opening current account. So this way current account is to be opened. And here also for Sohan also debit side is heavy, and therefore we will get an amount here for Sohan as debit balance. It is 1,55,000. Then only it will be 3,81,000 grand total. But for Mohan, you see, credit balance we will get here. So we will write here to current account. And here the amount will be rupees 2,05,000. And for Ram, it is 442. Here also 442. And the balancing figure here will be rupees 3,15,000. So this way the capital account is to be prepared. Now let us see the balance sheet. You should also note that these two balances are debit balances. As a result, they will be shown on the asset side. And these two balances are credit balances, so they will be shown on the liability side in the balance sheet. Fine. So let us go. So balance sheet, first we will write capital accounts, capitals of all the partners, that is Ram, Mohan, Sohan and Hari. The closing capital balances, which is 1,27,000, then 2,54,000, then 3,81,000. Now these are in profit sharing ratio as per the agreement among the partners given in the question. Grand total of which is rupees 12,70,000. Now, if you compare with the old balance sheet, there is workman compensation reserve and there is a claim of rupees 1,50,000. So workman compensation claim. Now the reserve is converted into claim, which the firm has accepted, and it is of rupees 1,50,000. Then current account. Current account of two partners, that is Ram and Mohan, because it is showing a credit balance. It is 3,15,000 and 2,05,000. Grand total of which is rupees 5,20,000. Now all the information on the liability side is done, and to the asset side there is no change in the asset side. Fixed assets same as the previous balance sheet. It is the new balance sheet of the year, 9 lakh, and current asset also rupees 5,20,000. And current accounts of partners Sohan and Hari are showing debit balances. So it is 1,55,000 and rupees 3,65,000. total of which is rupees 5,20,000. Now we will grand total the balance sheet. 19,40,000 on both the sides. So this is how the question is to be solved. I hope you have understood it. If there is any doubt, then please write it in the comment section. And please do not skip any part of the video. Now let us see question number 33. Suresh, Ramesh, Mahesh and Ganesh were partners in a firm sharing profits in the ratio of 2:2:3:3. That is the old ratio. On 1st April 2016, their balance sheet was as follows. Here is the balance sheet given. To the liabilities side, capitals of the partners: Suresh 1 lakh, Ramesh 1,50,000, Mahesh 2 lakh and Ganesh rupees 2,50,000. Workman compensation reserve is also there of rupees 75,000 and sundry creditors are of rupees 1,70,000. And grand total is 9,45,000. To the asset side, we have got fixed assets of rupees 6 lakh and current assets of rupees 3,45,000. Here also grand total 9,45,000. And then further, from the above date, the partners decided to share future profits equally. New profit sharing ratio is 1:1:1:1. For this purpose, the goodwill of the firm was valued at rupees 90,000 and it was also agreed that claim against workman compensation reserve will be estimated at rupees 1 lakh. You see, the reserve is for rupees 75,000 but a claim is there for rupees 1 lakh and fixed assets will be depreciated by 10%. So all these items will go to revaluation account. The capitals of the partners will be adjusted according to the new profit sharing ratio. For this, necessary cash will be brought or paid by the partners as the case may be. Now, in previous question number 32, we opened partners current account to make the adjustments in capital account. But here the question is asking us to open cash account. So cash account will be paid to the partners in case it is excess capital and cash will be brought in by the partners in case the capitals are less. Prepare revaluation account, partners capital account and balance sheet of the reconstituted firm. So let us see the solution. So first we will prepare revaluation account and in point A it is written that claim against workman compensation will be estimated at rupees 1 lakh. So it is the reserve is less than the claim and as a result the burden of the difference between the claim and reserve will be here. So to workman compensation. ₹1 lakh is the claim and 75,000 is the reserve. So a burden of rupees 25,000. So it is increasing liability. As we know that in revaluation account, decrease in asset or increase in liability is listed on the debit side and increase in asset or decrease in liability is put on the credit side. Then reading the point A ahead, it says fixed assets will be depreciated by 10%. So it is decrease in assets, so two fixed assets. The amount with which the asset has decreased, that we have to write. And fixed assets is of rupees 6 lakh and 10% of which is rupees 60,000. So this is the amount with which the fixed assets have decreased. So it is 85,000. No other information is here. So we will close it and it is a debit balance 85,000 here, which is a loss on revaluation. So by loss on revaluation, which will be paid to the partners in their old profit sharing ratio, because the balance sheet belongs to previous year and in previous year there was old profit sharing ratio. Fine, new profit sharing ratio will start from today. So all these benefits will be distributed to the partners. Benefits or losses will be distributed to the partners in their old profit sharing ratio, which is 2:2:3:3. 17,000 for first two partners and 25,500 for other two partners. So this is revaluation account. So before preparing partners capital account, let us calculate sacrificing and gaining ratio for the treatment of goodwill. We know that sacrificing ratio is equal to old ratio minus new ratio. Let us calculate for Suresh. Suresh, old ratio is how much? 2/10 minus new ratio 1/4, which is equal to LCM will be 20, and in the numerator you will get 4 minus 5, that is equal to minus 1/20. Sacrificing ratio is in negative, therefore it is a gain. Now for Ramesh, old ratio is again 2/10 and new ratio is 1/4, same like Suresh. So Ramesh is also gaining, whereas you will see that the other two partners are sacrificing. And who are they? Mahesh. Mahesh 3/10 minus 1/4. LCM will be 20, and it is 6 minus 5. That is equal to 1/20 positive. So he is sacrificing. Same is the case for Ganesh. So for the treatment of goodwill, these proportions are gained or sacrificed. It means Suresh has gained 1/20th of the total profit of the firm. Fine. And Ramesh also same. Whereas Mahesh and Ganesh have sacrificed 1/20th in the total profit to the other two partners. So the amount of goodwill will be multiplied here with. Fine. And the value of goodwill calculated is rupees 90,000. So it is how much? 4,500. 4,500. So accounting treatment of goodwill will be with amount 4,500. But whether it will be debited or credited, we know the partners who have gained, their capital account is to be debited. And the partners who have sacrificed, their capital account is to be credited with this amount. So partners capital account, together we will prepare for all the four partners by balance brought down. Suresh, Ramesh, Mahesh, Ganesh. Suresh, Ramesh, Mahesh and Ganesh. Now opening balances of capitals as given in the balance sheet, we will write 1 lakh rupees, then 1,50,000, then it is 2 lakh, then 2,50,000. Then loss on revaluation we will write. Loss on revaluation, it is 17,000 and 25,500. Now treatment of goodwill. So Suresh and Ramesh have gained, and as a result their capital account will be decreased. So we will write here to Mahesh and Ganesh. So from Mahesh and Ganesh's capital account, a sum of rupees 4,500 will be received from Suresh and Ramesh. Same way, Mahesh and Ganesh will receive. So by Suresh and Ramesh. rupees 4500. So this is the treatment of goodwill. This way the treatment is to be done. Now we will close the account and find out the actual closing balance first. So to balance close down. So here grand total for Ganesh is rupees 2,54,500. Here also 2,54,500, and the balancing amount is rupees 2,29,000. For Mahesh, grand total is 2,04,500, and the balancing amount is rupees 1,79,000. For Ramesh, it is 1,50,000, and the balancing amount is rupees 1,28,500. And here it is again 1 lakh, and the balancing amount is rupees 78,500. So these are the actual capital balances which are not in new profit sharing ratio as asked in the question. So we will have to change this in new profit sharing ratio. So let us bring it down here by balance brought down. So what will we do? We will add this. By adding this, we will get the grand total of this, and then we will break it in new profit sharing ratio. So here let us say to balance close down. To balance close down. When we add this, we get a total of rupees 6,15,000. So when you add this, you get rupees 6,15,000, and now this 6,15,000 is to be broken in new profit sharing ratio, which is 1:1:1:1:1. So we will break this and we will put it here. So 6,15,000 divided by 4 is how much? Yes, it is 1,53,750 for all the partners. So this is the new capital balances of the partners, grand total of which is rupees 6,15,000. The same grand total is here, but it is split into new profit sharing ratio. Now we will balance the things. Now this balancing amount will be in the form of cash as asked in the question. So when we balance it, we get by cash account the balancing figure. Instead of writing current account, we have to write cash account, and it is 75,250 and rupees 25,250. Means Suresh and Ramesh will bring in cash. Fine, they will bring in cash rupees this much. Whereas to cash account on the debit side. For the last two partners, here you see 1,79,000. To make it 1,79,000, 25,250 rupees is to be withdrawn by Mahesh, and 75,250 is to be withdrawn by Ganesh in order to make the grand totals, respective grand totals. So this way the current account, this way the capital account is to be prepared, and this cash is a withdrawing. So in the balance sheet, this treatment has to be taken into consideration. Although the effect is nullified, the amount which is brought in by the two partners is the same amount which has been withdrawn by the partners. So even if you add and subtract the cash balance in the balance sheet, then also you will get the same cash balance as given in the old balance sheet. Okay, there is no cash balance given, so this will not affect the balance sheet because it is the same amount brought and withdrawn. Now let us prepare the balance sheet. So in the balance sheet, we will show the capital accounts of the partners in the liability side, and total of which is rupees 6,15,000. Then we are having workman compensation claim. It is not reserved now because there is a claim. So claim of rupees 1 lakh has been accepted by the firm. And then sundry creditors. Rupees 1,70,000. To the asset side, it is fixed assets of rupees 6 lakh minus depreciation rupees 60,000, 5,40,000 in the outer column, and then we have got current assets. Current assets of rupees 3,45,000. And now the grand total is rupees 8,85,000 on both the sides. So this way the question is to be solved, and I hope that you have watched the full video and heard the explanation very well. Despite this, if you are having any doubt, then please put it in the comment section. Thank you so much for liking, subscribing and sharing this channel. Thank you so much for watching this video.